Greetings, Earthlings! Welcome back to 7th Street.
They're all going to die!
Hey, baby! Hey, baby!
My Lambarto Bava reference this film episode seemed to do better than the others. A while back, we talked about his best film, Demons. There is a sequel, Demons 2 it is!
When Demons was released worldwide, it was a surprise hit at the box office, becoming the 39th highest grossing film that year, outperforming A Nightmare on Elm Street and becoming one of the bigger Italian genre film hits since Lucio Fulci's Zombie in 1979. As it turns out, much like in the case of Fulci's film, there was a lot of pressure from the producers to do a sequel instantly. And you know, there is something to say about artists not wanting to pigeonhole themselves with a crappy franchise that maybe shouldn't have existed past the first film.
By 1985, I'm sure that Lambarto Bava could see the colossal mistake that Lucio Fulci had made in betting on himself and, you know, not the genre.
Lambarto Bava's Demons 2 went into production almost immediately after the release of its prequel. To give you a sense of just how quickly this film went from greenlight to scripting to filming, the first Demons premiered on October 4th, 1985. Demons 2 hit the theaters September 10th, 1986. That's only 8 months between premieres, which is pretty insane. But you want to know what's more insane? Apparently writing the script was the most time-consuming process, taking almost the first 3 to 4 months to develop the final draft. Okay, so we're talking about a quickie sequel to a surprise hit horror film from the mid-80s, a movie about zombie demons fighting a guy on a dirt bike. This is all a recipe for a monumental disaster, but wouldn't you know it, Demons 2 is even better than the first one. It's debatable, sure, I mean, everything is, but Demons vs. Demons 2 is pretty actively debated amongst horror circles, and that alone is impressive enough. This movie was rushed into production with less involvement from Dario Argento and basically the same budget, and it's arguably better. At least to me it is.
Get out of here! I mean, will you all get out of here, please? Get out!
Lambarto Bava plays things extra safe here. Just like in the first movie, which takes place completely at an old movie palace, Demons 2 takes place primarily in one location, a state-of-the-art urban high-rise. The movie uses its space perfectly, giving this sort of towering inferno vibe at times. The high-rise also gives the filmmaker the power to structure this movie in almost an anthology or maybe pulp fiction fashion. We don't really have a lead character here. I mean, I guess you could say that George and Hannah could be considered our central character, seeing as that, spoiler alert, they're the only ones that survive the movie. Their characters also have the most at stake, with Hannah being 9 months pregnant. This aspect with Hannah fighting for not just her own life, but the life of her child in this huge high-rise sort of gives a nice nod to movies like Rosemary's Baby. But honestly, George and Hannah are just a couple of many characters jumbled into this cacophony of a cast. Some of the standout storylines here include Sally Day, a teenager who's having a party to celebrate her 16th birthday, and I must say, I love this scene. When we first cut into the party, they're playing the Smiths' Panic.
Let's go to this party! I think that's great to get. Yeah. Hey, don't tell I said that.
You know, this actress does a pretty spot-on job of the annoying My Sweet 16 character. She's easily the most unlikable character. She throws a fit about her dress and who showed up to her party, and then eventually locks herself in her room where she becomes possessed by a demon coming through her TV. Sally then infects her whole party with her demon spunk when she transforms while the guests are singing happy birthday to her, and hell yeah! The transformation is set to music by The Cult.
Although the first Demons features a song from my favorite artist, Billy Idol, I do like this soundtrack a lot more. The first film is like all hair metal, you know? But the second film is all goth post-punk rock, and it features music from The Smiths and The Cult, Love and Rockets. I mean, it just fits the feel of this movie so much better.
Meanwhile, a group of bodybuilders led by Hank, oh shoot, it's Tony the Pimp, he's back. And of course, they all get attacked by demons as well. Tony is sort of the real hero of this movie in my mind. He attempts to unify a small band of survivors and take a stand against the creatures in the building's parking garage. This is another great scene, an all-out battle between the humans and the demons. It's really quite fun. This movie gives us some new things that the first film didn't. We see a demon dog, which is pretty awesome. Poor Pooch licks up some demon acid blood and then starts bursting out of its skin like the Thing. We also see a child turn into a demon that looks an awful lot like a midget in a costume. But if that wasn't enough, a little puppet demon bursts out of the child's chest and then tries to attack Hannah.
And yes, the baby demon screams like that the entire time.
George makes it home just in time to kill the demon puppet with an umbrella. With all the doors locked, the surviving members decide to try and blow up the building by igniting a gas leak, and then make it to the roof where they can scale down the side of the building. A little complicated for my taste, but I suppose if you're that confident in your rappelling skills, have at it. The exploding gas leak manages to kill all of the demons except for Sally, who follows them down to the base of the building. One more fight ensues between the demon and George as Hannah goes into labor. Seriously, girl, you gotta do this right now? In the last nifty little scene, George then breaks all the TVs in this little station to ensure that the demons don't come back through. All the elements that made the first Demons great are here again. The fantastic lighting, the hyperkinetic energy, and lots of fun gore. But overall, this one is done better. The presentation here is just a notch above. There's better overall production value in my opinion. The editing is smoother. I think that the creature effects are slightly better pulled off in this one, and there's actually more of them. And of course, as I've said before, that soundtrack, man. Rain by the Cult, Panic by the Smiths, Peter Murphy, Love and Rockets. It's a who's who of mid-80s British goth rock. It fits so damn well with this movie, it's incredible. Even the main theme by Simon Boswell rivals that of Claudio Simonetti's from the first one. As far as other little fun facts, well, it's interesting to note that Demons 2 was released in Germany before the first one was released. So in Germany, Demons 2 is Demons 1 and Demons 1 is Demons 2. Kooky Germans. Yeah, man, if you liked the first Demons and you haven't seen the sequel, you ought to jump on that. There's a lot to enjoy here, and there's like a 50-50 shot that you'll actually like it better than the first one.
Demons 2 has a little bit of everything, as I've showcased in this review. Now, before I let you guys go, I would like to give a very special shout out to Harold Webb, who's one of my patrons, and that segues right into, I do have a Patreon page, so go ahead and check it out. It's under 7th Street Productions. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel. You know, like it's all picking up really well, you know? I'm getting a lot more subscribers, and it really motivates me to, like, take my time and try and, like, diligently do these reviews. So yeah, hit the notification bell and get an update every time I upload a new video. Until next time, guys.
Let's get out of here! Let's get out of here!